In the Fourier series, when we have defined the Fourier series as fx is equal to a0 plus sigma 1 to infinity an cos nx plus sigma 1 to infinity bn sin nx, and the range is minus pi to pi, then we will find that if fx is even function, that is f of minus x comes out to be fx, then bn will come out to be 0, all the sine terms will vanish. Similarly, if fx is odd function, that is f of minus x is minus fx, then we will find that we will get a0 as 0 and an as 0. Now these even and odd functions, they must be understood very clearly. They are actually talking about the symmetry or anti-symmetry about the center of that interval. Suppose we have got the function defined in this interval, and that interval could be from x equal to 0 to x equal to 2 pi, or it could be from x equal to minus pi to x equal to pi. Of course, this will be line x equal to 0, and in this case it will be the line x equal to pi. And if we have the function fx defined as symmetric function, that is something of this sort, this is symmetric about the center, for such a function bn will come out to be 0. And if the function is such that on one side it is having all the positive values, whereas on the other side it is having the corresponding negative values, that is when we change x, this is going to be the anti-symmetric, symmetry about the center. So this distance equal to this distance. In that case you will get a0 to be equal to 0 and an to be equal to 0. This is actually the concept of even function and odd function. Now, dependent on whether the function is even or odd, we can priorly decide as whether a0 will come out to be 0 or not, bn will come out to be 0 or not, an will come out to be 0 or not, and so on. With this particular base, we are talking about the given interval, which is going to be the full range as such. We can go for the functions which are defined only in the half range. We can go for the functions which are defined only in the half range, that is from x equal to 0 to x equal to pi or x equal to L. And if the definition of the function is say like this, then in the remaining half, which could be from minus pi to 0 or pi to 2 pi or minus L to 0 and L to 2L, we can imagine the function in such a way that overall it will become even or overall it will become odd. And then we can define the Fourier series based on whether we want the answer only in terms of cosine terms or only in terms of sine terms. Now this definition is called as the definition in half range.